Hey guys, what's crackin'? Today we're going to take a look at the realme GT7T. Now this video will mainly talk about my impressions of using this device for the past few weeks, and I'll eventually release a dedicated gaming video as well as a long-term review. So make sure to subscribe so you won't miss out on those, especially if you're thinking about picking this bad boy up this coming holiday season. So around back, we already get to see some key features of the GT7T, and just by reading them, you pretty much get an idea on what this device is all about and what it brings to the table. Inside we have a welcome packet that houses the SIM ejector pin, some paperwork, and a complimentary jelly case. Now, it's not just any flimsy clear case. This one actually has a matte-like finish, and I always appreciate that over the typical shiny one. The matte texture gives it that little bit of added grip, keeps it from feeling cheap, and most importantly, it doesn't pick up fingerprints easily. That's honestly a small detail, but it makes a big difference when you're using the phone on a daily basis. Definitely a thoughtful inclusion. A charging brick, which by the way can juice up this phone from 0 to 100% in under an hour. And that's just not on paper. I've tested it myself and it is legit. And of course, the USB cable for charging and data transfer. So here is the realme GT7T. And honestly, the first time I picked it up, I was really astonished. This thing packs a massive 7,000 mAh battery, but it's not that chunky brick that you might expect. Instead, it's surprisingly lightweight and thin enough that I've been comfortably using this one-handed without any real struggle. If you've ever used a phone with a huge battery, you'd know they'd feel like a brick, but the GT7T doesn't fall into that category. Now this right here is the black chloride variant with some subtle gold accents, and personally I do like it. It's understated but stylish, though I still think the blue variant is the real head turner. It just stands out a little bit more. Either way, both options feel premium in the hand, which is impressive considering where this device sits in terms of its price. Now with the realme GT7T, we're looking at a big, beautiful 6.8-inch AMOLED panel with a 120Hz refresh rate and a 360Hz touch sampling rate. That basically means you're getting a very smooth experience whether you're just scrolling through social media or going heavy into gaming. The resolution comes in at 1280 by 2800, so everything looks sharp, vibrant, and honestly, just really enjoyable for watching content. I've watched a few movies and a ton of YouTube on this already, and it really holds up. You get that deep contrast that AMOLED is known for, and the brightness is more than enough even outdoors. Under the hood, the realme GT7T runs on the MediaTek Dimensity 8400 Max. This is an upper mid-range chip, and it's paired with 12GB of RAM plus 256GB of onboard storage using UFS 4.0. Now on paper, that's already solid, but in practice, it does really show. I've thrown quite a bit at this device, whether it's demanding games or just multitasking like crazy with multiple applications open, and it doesn't break a sweat. For gaming specifically, I tried Call of Duty Mobile on very high setting, Mobile Legends on Ultra, and the performance was smooth all throughout. No lag, no frame drops, and what really surprised me was how it managed heat. Usually MediaTek chips, you'd expect them to run a little warmer during extended sessions, but here I didn't notice any uncomfortable heating even after longer periods of gameplay. Now, outside of gaming, I actually use smartphones almost like a mini laptop. I blog, I edit, I work on sound production. I'm always juggling social media and streaming in the background. And the GT7T handled everything I threw at it without making me feel like I needed to close applications just to free up memory. That's where the combination of the Dimensity 8400 Max and the generous RAM really makes a difference. As far as the camera goes, this is the one area I'm still testing. Over the weekend, I brought it out with a friend, shot a few photos, and so far I've been impressed. Color looks natural, detail is crisp, and it didn't overexpose shots even in direct sunlight. If I had to nitpick though, I personally would have loved to see a telephoto lens here just to round out the camera system a bit more, but even without it, first impressions are solid. Now here's the kicker. Everything I've just said, all these positive impressions are backed up by the price tag. The realme GT7T comes in at only 29,999 pesos, or just a little over $500 USD. For the price, what you're getting is honestly kinda crazy. It may not have every single feature a flagship has, but compared to other mid-range devices in this price bracket, the GT7T is probably the most bang for your money option. Sometimes it really comes down to what you value more. Do you chase the absolute top of the line flagship experience, or do you go for something like this, which gives you 90% of what you'd want at almost half the price? For me, the value to price ratio here is just spot on. So yes, I'll reserve my deeper thoughts for the upcoming videos. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out once they go live. And if there's anything specific you'd want me to test or cover, let me know in the comment section down below. If by any chance that you are very much excited to get your very own realme GT7T, I'll drop the links in the description down below, or you can click on any of the tags listed on this video. Now if you enjoyed this really quick impressions video, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and as always, thanks again for watching. I'll catch you in the next.